Today we're going to go over how overpowered the new brawler 8-Bit is really going to be. We're going to break it down for you with a pro guest for some expert analysis in every single game mode. Talking about counters, who to run them with, tier for every game mode. You want it, you got it, let's do it. Okay, really quickly, I know there's going to be two things. Well, one thing you're not going to want to know because you don't know about it, but one of them is when is the update? I don't know exactly. It should be sometime very soon. I'm not allowed to give an exact answer, and partly it is because it depends a lot on when Apple approves the update. Sometimes they can take 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. You never really know with Apple. That's just how helpful they are. So we'll just have to wait and see, and when it is, it is. But the other thing is look at this new animation for Piper. A lot of people complained, oh, whatever, they didn't like her image, which is still true. But is this not now the coolest freaking animation for a brawler in the game? Oh my gosh, she has a 50 cal in her umbrella. That's sweet. Also, I just want to say how crazy it is how fast everyone gets all these skins out for a brand new brawler. It's been 1 day and there's at least like a dozen posts of really high quality content about new skins or just fan artwork. Look at this. A washing machine 8-Bit, amazing. A toxic 8-Bit. These are so freaking cool, and this is like day one. Look at this fan art. Everyone gets so excited for new brawlers, and I just want to give these guys some shout outs because this is just such good artwork, honestly. All right, it's time to completely break down how good 8-Bit is really going to be. And to make this more fun and entertaining, we had to bring on a pro player, none other than Ash. What's up, man?
Hey, Coach Cory, what's up, bro? Thank you so much for having me.
So a pleasure to have you on. Really excited to hear your opinion. You've been playing 8-Bit a lot. I hear you've been playing some 1v1s with another pro as well. What was your overall first thought with 8-Bit?
Well, I wouldn't say I played too much, but I did play with Portal quite a bit last night, and I would say he was very strong. I thought, at first I thought, maybe he'd be pretty balanced because he's so slow.
Yeah.
But he makes up for that slowness in everything else. He's got power. He's got, very good hit points. He's got a really OP super that, supports your teammates by quite a lot. 30% damage boost is a lot.
He is. He's so good. Now, okay, we're going to go and dive into every single game mode. I think it's probably a good idea. We'll put him in a tier for every mode. We'll play some live matches, sort of just give our feeling on him in each game mode, what sort of brawlers he works with, what counters him, a bunch of different stuff. So let's start out with Gem Grab here. I'm going to try and pick a map that I think might be pretty good for him. Let's try out Cell Division here. All right.
Sure. Yeah, the open maps are so OP for him.
Yeah, do you think what sort of map type do you think is going to be best for 8-Bit?
Definitely open maps, but I feel just because how good he is, he could you can make him work in pretty much everywhere. Okay, so
I guess walls, and I'm kind of thinking the same thing. He has a pretty, straightforward shot pattern, kind of like Colt, right? So
right.
Are you thinking maps that Colt's good on?
The thing is his attack is a lot more thicker than Colt, so you have a much easier chance of landing shots and dealing more damage too than Colt, especially with that damage booster.
His range is actually so long that I don't know if it got changed from Brawl Talk or wait. Do you have the classic skin on?
Yeah, I have the classic skin.
Wait, what? How did you? Oh, did they add that recently? I didn't
even
notice.
Yeah.
All right, a skin to lose for me right now. So, what sort of tier would you put 8-Bit in Gem Grab?
What's that?
What tier do you think you would put 8-Bit in?
Oh, definitely S tier.
S tier? I think I have to agree. And I assume he's going to be a support brawler.
Definitely. I think you actually have the better comp than me just because I have a Mortis, whereas you have two really good range brawlers that are excellent for supporting with your super.
And I think that's a great point because I did want to talk about what brawlers were good with 8-Bit, and I think you just have to bring range brawlers that can take advantage of the turret.
Right. I feel he's gonna kind of divert the meta into like a ranged meta just because every range brawler really benefits from him. If you're a Mortis, you're not going to really benefit from his super much, especially because you want to go, aggressive and you want to go on their side and make moves.
Yeah.
Whereas for 8-bit super, you want to place it behind a wall safely and you want to place it closer to your side so you can benefit from it. So yeah, I do think range brawlers are gonna have a much bigger advantage thanks to 8-bit.
Oh, I have to agree. I mean, if you have a star power, right, it can make his damage booster be incredibly huge, but
Right.
it's still like aggressive. I never feel like aggressive turrets for, especially a turret that doesn't do damage, is not a great thing. Okay, so I have a Mortis and a Frank on my team. So let's see how that goes. Our
And
bots
like
are waiting for us to make the move. Typical.
one of the best things you can do with his super is that you could use it. You could even use it as a shield like this, and just take hits. His super charges up very quickly, and using it as shield is a good idea. Similar to like how you could use Pam's turret sometimes.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. It has, I mean, a
Mhm.
decent amount of health. I think one thing that's like kind of surprising is this turret actually charges really fast. I feel like.
Right, right. So like it requires 12 hits, but he does 6 hits per shot. So you're gonna get that super pretty quickly. Ooh, nice shot.
It's his range is so long you can almost like hit people off screen. It's kind of
Right,
ridiculous.
yeah, definitely you can. Similar to like Piper. But I
Yeah,
feel like his range might be deceiving. Like it might actually be longer than Piper. It seems like it because even though you see just the visual of it, showing that that's the max range, but I feel like it actually goes a bit further than that.
I
That's what
think
it
you.
seems like.
Yeah, I think it might be either the same or like a third of a tile longer. It definitely feels
Right.
that way.
And
Oh,
like
pro.
he's such a like auto aim friendly brawler, especially at close range, but even at far away range, just because of the thickness of his attack, you can like land shots pretty easily.
Agreed. So what sort of tier? What would you put him in for heist?
I think it's really dependent on the map. So like a map like the map we're playing right now, he would be so good in because as you can see, it's such an open map.
Yeah.
But a map like Rolling Rumble, he probably wouldn't be very good because Rolling Rumble has so much walls, and any map that has a lot of walls, 8-bit is gonna kind of like I wouldn't say struggle just because he can make up, like I said, for everything due to his power and his hit points. But
Yeah.
he's just not gonna be as OP in like Rolling Rumble.
Yeah. So I think he's probably yeah. Because I agree because he's such a slow brawler too in heist, which is definitely a factor. So like
Right.
this is definitely a good map. Probably at least A tier here, but
Hmm.
otherwise I feel like he's probably closer to B tier. You know.
I would place him as A tier just because most of the heist maps are very open nowadays. You got this map, you have Hot Potato, Sandy Gems. Um, most heist maps are just so open these days.
That's fair. It definitely. I'm sure the maps are kind of changing now, so I'm sure that'll change up the meta. So we had him as S
Right.
tier in gem grab, either like A tier around.
Hmm.
In heist, did you say S tier?
No, I said A tier.
Okay, but
Yeah,
bounty. I
I think
mean,
S
we'll
tier
do a
for sure.
quickie. Actually, we'll go back to bounty, but I think we can both agree it's gonna be S tier and bounty.
Yeah, definitely.
But Brawl Ball's gonna be an interesting one, I think.
Hmm. I feel
Oh
like
wait,
it's gonna be S tier in Brawl Ball, mainly due to the fact that you spawn at the middle at the start, right? So you don't have to worry about walking from, uh, all the way back, like similar to say Gem Grab, where you have to start from the back and you have to walk to the middle. It takes a
yeah,
while because 8-bit's always gonna be the last one there due to his speed, but in Brawl Ball, you don't have to worry about that. You already spawn at the middle from the start, and with that range advantage, you're already gonna push the enemy back.
for sure. So
Oh,
like,
my,
what sort
my
of?
bot teammates just lined up against the baby.
I haven't done
Oh boy.
anything actually so far. What sort of like team like because obviously his movement speed is going to be a big weakness in Brawl Ball. So like, what sort of team are you thinking might be good to overcome that?
So are you asking for like a counter to 8-bit?
No, I mean like to pair with 8-bit, more like.
Okay, so like range brawlers for sure. Like Snappy Sniping Piper would be ridiculous with him with the 30% boost as well.
Yeah.
Uh, Jean, Brock, Pam,
What about like
and
Poco? I'm feeling like
Poco, yeah, definitely because of the heal support.
right. He takes so much
Um,
damage. You get that Poco heal going. And
Right.
like Poco can struggle dealing damage, so that can be a way to overcome.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I feel like range brawlers for sure.
Oh my
Ooh.
god, bro. But it is, you do like find it, I feel like you decide deceiving more often than you would think. And I'm like, was that my fault? I'm like, am I playing bad? But like sometimes you just take a lot of damage playing
Right.
8-bit.
Like he does with his booster up close, he does around 3,700 damage with 6 hits. So like that is ridiculous. And even without the booster, right? If you hit all 6 shots, which is really easy to do to a tank up close, you're gonna actually deal more damage than a bull, like just a little more than what a bull would do up close. So just goes to show like how ridiculously powerful he is. What a shot by our bar.
What?
He finessed you.
He really did. I was not
Wow.
expecting that. All right, teammates.
Oh, by the way,
Teammate.
Penny's mortar is actually pretty good against 8-bit because just having a slow
Oh,
PB.
yeah. All right, so why don't we
Especially
talk about counters to 8-bit? I don't think we talked about that too much.
so
Um,
like Penny's second star of power, balls of fire. The area
yeah.
control is really good against 8-bit.
Dude, bot 2.
Ooh, my bots
The
carrying it,
carry.
or is it me carrying my bots with support? I don't know.
Both the goals. All right, so we'll play a C's match here. Let's
Mhm.
go on Factory Rush, I think.
Yeah, Factory Rush would actually be a really good map for him. Like really good.
So like other counters to 8-bit, I think you'd have to put in like Dynamite.
Oh yeah, Dynamite definitely the best counter, but you need a map with the walls because if it's a bad Dynamite map, like a really open, for example, this map right now, I just don't see Dynamite working. My bots are just
I
standing at the
hate
door.
this.
What is going on?
It's just us.
Ooh. But yeah, this map really good for 8-bit. Such a wide open map, easy to hit shots. He can dominate actually because like say a BB or a Bull, tough guy Bull, those are like the very popular options right now in Siege. He will just wreck through them, like melt them so quickly.
Yeah.
Not only that, his super is gonna be so good for defense and even offense. That 30% damage boost to you and your teammates with a Bull or like a BB or even a Frank, you're gonna melt that Robo so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, this is where like even though he does have that slower movement speed, he can just sort of. I feel like damage is the best attribute you can have like in any game mode.
Right,
You
right,
know?
and range because like
Yeah, yeah.
low and you're like, oh, if he's slow, I can just rush him with Primo. That was my first thought, right? Like, oh, he's gonna be slow with a tank. I can just rush him, but no, you can't because he's got so much power. You can't. He's gonna rip through you so quickly.
He really is. I mean,
um,
it's kind of insane. Like, I think if
right.
he didn't have the range, I think it might be manageable.
Mm-hmm.
But because he just can start attacking you from so far away,
Right. It's so hard to push him back.
yeah, it doesn't
Like
matter
he,
that
he
he's
doesn't
slow.
even he doesn't even need to move. He could just stand in one position and just keep you back with his range.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the scariest thing about him.
my teammates a
You
little
got Mortis,
upset
that's
with
the
this
problem.
Mortis, this bull.
Yeah, siege bots are I don't know.
We've
They're
gotten two
actually
bolts the whole game, guys. All right, I think we might have lost this one. All right, you can't carry the bots too much. Nice
yeah,
bull
like
super.
8-bit with just 2 shots up close with the super does 7,400 around, which is enough to two-shot a bull. So it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
and look at this. I mean, I can almost defend that. That's the thing. Like he does so much damage. He is gonna be really good at defending the robots, and if he can get in on a push, he can
Right.
take down that safe health so quickly. So I don't think we actually said. Did we say what tier we were gonna put him as in siege? What was it, A
Man,
tier? I think we were
it's
thinking.
I like
Or
Factory Rush. He's definitely S tier, but like most siege maps, they're like so much walls, and he kind of
like this
struggles
one.
against throwers, especially Dynamite. So I
Yeah.
would put him A tier, but because of his like super high potential in offense and especially defense, You just can't underestimate
So
him.
yeah, Factory Rush definitely his best map. Somewhat similar part, maybe his worst for Siege.
Hold on, why is
Siri trying to talk to you?
What's your question? Sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. Just talking about maps. But let's go into some Showdown because I'm sure people, everyone has their own opinion.
Yeah, Showdown.
We can go into solo.
Sure.
Fine. I think we might have a little bit differing opinion here in Showdown. I don't think he's going to be that great in Showdown, but with his second star power, my opinion will completely change. I think he's in Showdown. I think he's kind of like a B tier, maybe a C tier brawler, especially probably for newer players.
I still think just due to how good he is alone, like that warrants him at least A tier.
That may be totally fair because I think he's the most dangerous brawler in the game right now.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. Like if you're a tank in solo Showdown, you're gonna have a hard time pushing up against him. Whereas if you're a range brawler, you're still gonna have a hard time pushing, especially like if you're a Crow, a Leon, it's gonna be hard to push up against him. If you're a range brawler, you don't normally see like
Showdown.
Oh, it's Showdown. Okay. Ooh. Oh, you got the position advantage.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts.
Let's see. 8-bit versus 8-bit.
Right.
I'm gonna use this as shield, and then let's take that.
We just traded.
Ooh, okay. All right, so you got 6 power-ups. I'm thinking.
Whoa. But yours does 666. I don't know.
This is gonna be close. Even if you have the 2 power advantage, like as long as I can get like 2 really good shots, I can overcome that.
It's a lot of damage if you can hit it.
And then shield.
No, I'm done. That's so much damage.
Yeah, that's so close right there.
How bad? I mean, feels bad to have 3,000 health and then die in the blink of an eye. That's like worse than a spike hit.
Yeah, he does so much up close, like especially with this cartridge, 3,700 around.
Exactly. Well, all right. So we didn't have time for some bounty gameplay, but let's just go over like overall tier. I'm thinking he's at least an A tier brawler, but with the potential for S tier. But I want to caution getting too hype, I think, just because of how slow he is.
Right. But because this isn't my video, and just from my experience, and like I'd say he's gonna be S tier for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you could be right. He has the potential, in my opinion, to be S tier. The damage is off the charts. I think he's this potentially strongest brawler in the game. At least but I also question maybe he's a little map specific. Like there are going to be some maps with walls where people can catch him, and since he's slow, he's just going to take it. But we'll see. Guys, make sure to give Ash's channel a check out. I'll put a link to it down below. You got a YouTube with some pro content, and you stream occasionally. I know that might be changing, but I'll put a link to both down below, and you guys can definitely check them out. That is going to be it for today's video, though, guys. And Ash, thank you so much for coming on the channel, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.